Alright, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to my YAHAWAH, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is your brother YAHAWAH coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson, I really want to go into, just a personal observation, spiritual observation, if you want to call it that, that I've had in terms of, just how close we are to the end. All right, and one of the biggest things, roughly paraphrasing, is in Matthew chapter 24, I believe it's verse 4. The disciples had asked Yahawashi, what is going to be the signs of the end and the signs of your return, of Yahawashi's return. And he basically said, there's going to be false Christ, false prophets, false plagues and not false, but plagues and pestilences. All right, these are going to be the beginning of sorrows and the signs of the end. All right, and also, I believe in Jeremiah chapter 10, all right, it says, "Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, all right, for the heathen are dismayed at them." All right, so when all hell's breaking loose, when things are popping off, okay, we're not supposed to be scared. We're not supposed to be fearful of everything, of all these things. It's because Yahawashi said that all of these things must come to pass, all right, but the end is not yet. Okay, so when all the economy collapses, when there's going to be wars, okay, when we hear of great deaths, all right, we're not supposed to be fearful. We're not supposed to be praying, "Oh, Yahawashi, please, don't let this stuff happen, blah, 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 stop it from happening, blah, blah." No, you're supposed to be praying for all this stuff to happen. You're supposed to be praying for more plagues, pestilences, not necessarily more, but in terms of the plagues and pestilence that needs to happen, all the prophecies to come to pass, so that we may be delivered out of this evil and wicked kingdom sooner rather than later. And I've been noticing, tensions have been rising. Okay, enmity has been growing, not just between man, woman, race, nation, different nations and whatnot, all right, but just people in general. Okay, there's a lot more people that are willing to freaking just go pull out some random acts of violence towards one another. Okay, you also have that with the whole immigration problem that's been going on in America, where you have a bunch of immigrants that are going around snatching up women. Okay, there was this one video of this one, I believe it was a so-called Chinese American dude or something like that, that was stalking this one girl, and apparently she wasn't the first one. Either that guy did it to multiple other girls prior to that girl releasing that video, or there was other dudes that were stalking women and either attacking them or just raping them or whatever like that, or whatever stuff was going on. So basically, you have all this stuff that is going on, where people are are either not just bugged out, but like a demon hops on them to perform random acts of violence. All right, and this is the sad reality of things. Not sad reality, it's the good reality of things that we are. Well, it's a sad reality for the Babylonians to see that all their world is crumbling apart. All right, but for us, we rejoice. Okay, and this is a good thing, because when we see more and more things, the signs. There's a reason why they're called signs. Because they're signs to signify that this is the end. They're signs to signify that Yahawashi is right around the corner. Basically, it's like when you see a sign that says Walmart, all right, then that means, Walmart is right around the corner. Walmart's right there, especially with those plaza signs, like, yeah, those plaza signs where it says Walmart. You won't be able to actually see it. You won't be able to actually see it until unless there's a big sign that shows this is where this is at. All right, because right then it might be a little bit harder to see. All right, but with the sign you see, okay, this is right here. So now I know, I'm about to hit Walmart. And in that same sense, when we see all these signs and stuff like that, the prophecies, that's our sign to say, okay, you know what, Yahawashi is right here. Like this is this is the day of Yahawashi's return. All right. Now, with that being said, some of the signs that I saw, more than just random acts of violence and demons hopping on people, was Donald Trump. And people, I've had some conversations where I've heard people saying that Donald Trump is akin to a dictatorship, or if Donald Trump gets in, especially after the so-called assassination attempt on his life. I was thinking, because I had a dream recently, not too long ago, I believe this month, where I actually did a video on it, where I was talking about, it looked to me, when I was in my dream, basically, I forgot what happened, but call him I wrote it down, / I saved it on the thing. But basically what happened was, Donald Trump stole the election, like he stole the presidential position. And maybe I'm not saying that he's going to literally physically do that. But I believe in some way, shape, or form. Okay, maybe it's more metaphoric. All right, he is going to steal the presidential seat metaphorically, not literally. And one potential way is from if he never had a chance at winning before, if he wasn't going to win, if he's going to lose the presidential seat to Biden, in this upcoming presidential election, then this whole assassination attempt, maybe change something, change some things, and we don't really. I'm not going to say exactly, I know how he's going to do it, because I genuinely don't. But all I can say is, I believe through the spirit and power of Yahawadah, what's his name? Donald Trump is definitely going to win. And I think one big thing to make note of is to make note of is how Babylon, with that whole Project 2025, they are trying to instill more quote unquote conservative values. I don't remember the exact details on it, when I heard it being described, it was described in a positive light, but there were some people that were kind of explaining why it was bad and how they are taking control and making and forcefully choosing certain things, which once again I said I forgot Slovakia, but they were forcefully putting certain values that certain people might not have a care for. Right? So as a result of that, Slovakia. So as a result of that, this is what's going on. Slovakia. So as a result of that, this is what's going on. They have their plans that they are putting in place, or they're getting ready to put in place, and with that in mind, especially with that him outright stating, oh yeah, I have all these things, it's all ready, and blah blah, especially with how the population, they don't choose who becomes the president. Okay, the president is decided through the people in power. Okay, so if they wanted Donald Trump, then they're gonna put Donald Trump in office. All right, and then they're gonna make, regardless of who's president, they're gonna make whichever president, Donald Trump or Biden, whoever, okay, do what they want to do. All right. A lot of times, it's really just like a spectacle. Like, nobody cared about who the president was. As a matter of fact, can anyone name a president before Barack Obama? All right. If not necessarily, us. Okay. Which I'm not gonna lie, I can't even name a president before Barack Obama besides George W. Bush. All right. A more recent president, Slovakia. Now, obviously, people can name previous presidents, but I mean, like, a more recent president. Who was the president was before Obama? All right, like most people, and when I say most people, I mean like the current generation, like Gen Z, fucking millennials or whatever, like that. They don't know this stuff. They only care about the what's it called, the trending stuff. All right. So as a result of that, all this stuff that's going on, all right, they're Esau trying to make things, popular, using, which honestly, speaking as a man, I believe that's one of the reasons why, what's his name, Donald Trump was even, put into the presidential candidacy. It's because to get the ball rolling. Like, obviously, like, nobody really cared about Donald Trump before he became president. He was just some rich guy. All right, but afterwards, people, the media told people, oh, everyone used to hate Donald Trump, blah blah blah, and then now, you have people hating on him because that's a trending thing to do. Okay, people that are not educated enough to know, okay, so does he have the same values as me and whatnot, or is he actually a bad guy? And most people that vote, they're not very educated. They just take the surface, not even surface value, but take lies that are told to them by the media and whatnot, or whoever they get their political information from, and then, okay, this is the conclusion this is the conclusion that they come to, and this is what they're going to do with that limited information that may or may not be true. All right. So with that, you got people who aren't very educated, and in addition to that, that's also been what Esau has been planning and setting up, for the longest, okay? Because with people's lack of ability to do proper research and educate themselves, people are making decisions based on what their government tells them to do, which was with the jab, okay, which is gonna lead. And Slaki, again, I believe I said this before, but this also ties into the MOTB, because initially, I want to say 20 years ago, if you ask someone, are you gonna take the mark of the beast? Slaki, are you gonna take the MOTB? All right, and most people would say, oh, hell no, I'm not going to take that, or I'm not even going to take no C-hip and stuff like that, okay? A lot of people would say that, the average person would say hell no or no in some way, shape, or form, in whatever shape or form that the MOTB was going to come in, that they believed it to be. And now, if the government says, oh yeah, you guys have to take this, because this was a big thing with the jab, a lot of people were either misinformed, or they just didn't do any research themselves, and then they just went and took the jab, okay? which it's already been proven. It's already been proven like that was not helpful. All right. So as a result of that, people, they just stayed uninformed, and they're gonna think, okay, well, they know what's best. I want to follow after this, blah blah, and then as a result of that, the people are gonna be destroyed. Look at how many people were died suddenly. They had the died suddenly disease. All right. Speaking in code, because there was that documentary called "Died Suddenly." If you go check that out, definitely go check that out. All right. With what happened, they literally, you got Esau literally doing a whole documentary about what had happened as a result of people taking the what. All right. And they had a popular trend of the same way that everyone died, where everyone died in the same way, and they all had the same things in their I believe arteries, the stuff where their blood flow thing, the BC, all right, the medical term for the clogged up toilet in your blood veins and arteries. All right, so that was a big thing that happened, and with all that thing, it was a really nasty video, because what I saw was it was a dead person's body. All right, and they had punctured a hole in their thing, and it literally showed a bunch of well, number one, it freaking splattered on the camera. All right, it splashed on the camera, which that actually scared me. I'm not gonna lie. If I can, I'm gonna edit the video in, so it's gonna be after a few seconds of this, you'll hear it, or you'll see it if the video can stay up. If not, then I'm gonna just it's not gonna be here. But anyway, yeah, that happened, and all these things that's going on, it goes to show like we're just that much closer. Because how much more until Esau implements the the MOTB, all right? And because everyone is already gullible, everyone's already accepting, saying, oh yeah, the government, they love us, they want to take care of us. They know what's best. Everything's good. It's all good. They know what's best. We're gonna just believe them. We're gonna blindly believe them without doing any research on our own. Okay, we're gonna abandon common sense just because the government told us to. All right, and they're saying trust the science, which this is what our brother had said. They were saying trust the science, but then the science failed them. Okay, like the science was not perfect. As a matter of fact, it was a lie. The science was a lie. All right. The only thing that we're supposed to be trusting in is YAHAWAH and YAHAWASHI. All right. But that's what as the scriptures say, your trust in the shadow of Egypt shall be your shame. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. The strength in the shadow of Egypt, just because they have chariots, just because they have power. All right. That's going to be your shame. Okay, because you have to be taking counsel in Esau, Edom, in Babylon, or anything like that. You're supposed to be trusting that the Lord Yahweh is going to take care of you. Okay, you're supposed to be trusting that, as things go down, as things get harder and harder, and get more and more uncertain, or even scarier. All right, that no matter what, the Lord's going to take care of you. All right, the Lord's going to protect you. The Lord's going to deliver you out of your time of trouble. All right. So, so also with that, there's also, I did hear multiple times that there's going to be more pestilences. All right. So, Yahawadah, just as the Lord protected us from the first pestilence, okay, the Lord's going to protect us through the other one. And, for those that, took the thing and are still alive to talk about it now, now is your time. Oh, Saki, there was also the draft, okay? They're already getting ready for a draft, and that's already the sign for what's to come. Because what does the scripture in Second Ezra say? All the men are going to be dying from famine and war. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. And what is going to be left? A bunch of women. All right. So when all the men are destroyed as a result. Oh shoot. So when all the men are destroyed as a result, then what's going to be left? You're going to have all these women that's going to be saying, "Oh my God, I need help," blah blah. And even then, Sakia, I also heard that they're going to be. I don't know how valid it is, but I did hear that they're also going to be recruiting women in the draft as well. Which for the women, as I've heard, because I don't know how valid that is as well, but the jab made it so that men and women, the men and women that took it, are going to be infertile. All right, so primarily, obviously, it's not just the men of the Lord, but there's other people that didn't take it as well. But primarily, you're gonna be stuck with the men of the Lord. The men of the Lord are going to be the only ones that are going to be left. Okay, because the Lord's going to primarily protect them. There might be some other men, all right, but if you are actually seeking protection and deliverance, okay, the only way you're going to get that is from the men of the Lord, the servants of Yahawadah Hashem Yahawashi. All right. So with that, I just got it was very interesting. These are very interesting times that we're in. All right. So to the spirit power of Yahawashi, I pray He protects His hopeful elect, His servants. All right. We are exempt from a lot of the hell that's gonna be that is to come shortly. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Ukak Wadash, the ones of the elders and apostles, very most song, Abad, Babal, and Shalom.